352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Thank you, Mr. Deep Voice Man. 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you're having a great morning. Let's see. I'll do a quick check of the temperature. It's supposed to get into the upper 90s today.
Oh,
you think it will?
nice.
It's 86 degrees right now.
Yeah.
It is it is definitely one of the reasons God put these beautiful rivers around here.
Yeah.
Think about it. It becomes upper 90s. It's not unusual, and yet we have these beautiful 72-degree rivers. Mm-hmm. Let's not mess them up.
It's God's air conditioning.
They can change your outlook with one dip.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we had scheduled Ron Crawford to come in. He is not able to be here. Mr. Crawford is the chairman of the Marion County School Board, and he's also the candidate to keep his position with on the board for District 5, representing District 5. He called in, apologized, not able to be here this morning for this interview. This is a free interview that WOCA was offering all the candidates. In fact, if you are a candidate, when is the primary? The 26th?
Yeah, Monday, I think.
Okay.
Tuesday.
So I don't know if it's too soon for you.
The 26th.
He said he does not want to reschedule his interview. He said it's too close to the election, so he does not want to be interviewed.
Yeah.
He was having the city is resurfacing his street.
Yeah.
So he has trouble getting out of his house.
Yeah.
And so he can't come in. He did not want to do the interview over the phone either. So we don't have that as we had promised. However, it is important to talk about the upcoming elections and also the ground rules that we have to abide by here in the media, and especially broadcast media. And it's pretty simple. Is that we have to be fair and equal with everybody. Mm-hmm. And that means that if you're going to give time away for interviews, then you must give time away to everybody running for that same office.
Yes.
And we ran into this mistake. I explained this once before. There was a governor's race not too long ago, really, but a couple of governor's races ago. And we actually gave 25 minutes to a candidate. I guess it was one of the main candidates. I can't remember if it was Rick Scott or not. It might have been. It might have been Rick Scott, because then I was on his phone list and I kept getting calls from him all the time. Mm-hmm. No, Rick, I don't have any more of that noodle salad. I know you like my noodle salad.
He does.
He likes my noodle salad. Larry, you got any more of that noodle salad? What's the recipe again?
Yeah.
It's mayonnaise, noodles, and tuna. That's
albacore. Tuna.
Albacore.
You have to be specific.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But anyway, so what happened is we gave somebody, and I can't remember who it was, one of the major candidates, a full 25 minutes, and then there was like 40 other candidates running for governor.
Yeah.
That year.
Yeah.
I mean, every party you could think of had somebody running for governor, and so because we had done that, we shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, because now we had to abide by offering all 40 candidates the 25 minutes. And one person, thank goodness, only one, took us up on the offer. And he was from South Florida. And his big thing that I remember was that if elected, I will make it a law that if you're wearing a T-shirt with a corporate logo or slogan on it, that you get paid for advertising for that company. And I said, what? Yeah, so if you're walking around with a John Deere T-shirt, John Deere has to pay you.
Yeah.
I said, what kind of thing is that?
Yeah.
Really? That's your campaign thing? Well, he didn't win, obviously. And
yeah.
I don't know I bet you there was some people who said, that's a good idea. We should do that.
That's right.
Because I got plenty of John Deere shirts.
Exactly.
Out of work? Don't worry. Just wear a T-shirt.
That's right. And those companies will pay you.
You'll be fine.
That's right.
But
File your taxes.
but on a serious note, so what we've decided since then, and it's just not a bad policy at all. I mean, as a radio station, you want your listeners to be educated about who's running and what their positions are.
Right.
You want them to be able to hear them in their own words talk about their own candidacy.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for the candidates who decided to take us up on our offer of 10 free minutes.
Yeah.
It's
You'll
not
see
a bad
lot.
idea. You don't have to stick to 10. You could buy more.
Mm-hmm.
That's not our rules. That's the FCC rules.
Yes.
And it's not a bad idea. And hey, I'm not just speaking for this radio station. I mean, every radio station has the same rules.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we've chosen to give you 10 minutes. I bet you can't find any station that'll give every candidate 10 minutes.
I bet you
Find
can.
another one.
That's right. WOCA is it.
So anyway, and we've been doing this forever, and so don't even try. Don't even try to tell me you have.
No.
Because I know better.
That's right.
All right, well, anyway, so Ron Crawford is up against Kelly King. He's for District 5. And what we know about Ron Crawford is basically the big thing, I guess, for him last year was that he is the school board member, and if he was here, I would have asked him about it, but he's not, and I'm not trying to play dirty pool or anything, but it was one of the things that I wanted to ask him about. Last year, he said the 160 first-year teachers that were facing layoff, you might remember this just
Yes.
1 year ago,
We remember.
would not have to be laid off if the other teachers would forfeit their state salary bonuses to the district,
Yeah.
which he says would have added up to $7 million in state bonus money, and he said that would be enough to save the 160 teachers and possibly many of the 101 other employees who received pink slips. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there was over 200 total employees that were all going to be laid off.
And it did. It wasn't
Yeah,
going
it
to be. It
happened.
did happen. It's
was
history.
awful.
It's a year ago, and he was
Yeah.
suggesting that the teachers who are already the rank and file of our whole education system is our teachers. They are
Yeah.
they are among the educators. You know, when we say educator, we mean everybody in the school, by the way, not just the teachers, but the teachers are the educators.
Yeah, they're the life force.
And they are the ones who were being asked to give up their bonuses. Nobody else was being asked. Nobody with the higher paychecks were being asked.
county
Just those with the
commissioners,
smaller
stuff like
paychecks,
that.
meaning the teachers,
That's
the ones who
right.
actually do the work, to give up the money. I equate it to the factory and the office. I've worked in factories in my life, and there's the factory workers and there's the office workers. And typically the factory workers were the ones actually making the product. The office workers were marketing it, etc. And the two teams work together.
Yes.
If you don't have a sales team, then you're not going to sell anything. If you don't have a product, you're not going to sell anything.
That's
Well, the
correct.
same thing with teachers. If you don't have teachers, you're not going to be teaching anybody. If you don't have an administration, then those teachers, there's not going to be any organization. But the disparity between how much they're paid is the same as it is in factories, whereas a factory worker makes way less than the people in the offices, typically.
That's right.
Which is why when the factory workers, or in this case the teachers, the rank and file, have a bonus, something to look forward to, something to make their Christmas a little better, their summer vacation a little better, and suddenly you say, you know what, if you give that up, then the other 160 won't have to be unemployed.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask him about that, but he's not here, so I
Yeah.
can't ask him about that. If you go online to the votemarion.com, that's the wonderful website that Marion County has from Wesley Wilcox, supervisor of elections. The folks over our supervisor of elections office has for years and years made it very easy for us in broadcasting and in the news media to be able to report to you about the elections. And right now, if you wanted to see the sample ballot, you could. Early voting began already?
Yes.
Began, what,
This
yesterday?
past Saturday, I think.
So, okay. So August 26th is the primary, and if you're a Republican, you're going to be voting for Jake Rush or Ted Yoho for Congress, and Twee Lowe and Glow Smith for Congress. What's the matter?
Tweelo and Glow Smith.
Right. Don't laugh at people's names. You're going to have three choices for governor. This is all the Republican side here. Rick Scott, Elizabeth Nyundo, and Yinka Adesina. Those are the three in the primaries that you'll be voting for. Wouldn't that be an upset in the apple cart if one of those two ladies wins over Rick Scott?
Yeah, that would be something.
Carl Zalek III is facing Glenn Fiorello in the primaries. That's for the county commission seat 4. Mr. Fiorello was in here yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Thank you, Mr. Fiorello.
For coming in.
Ed Wilson was in here yesterday,
Yeah,
also
nice guy.
running for the school
All nice.
school board. I can't remember what district he was in. I'll tell you in a second.
District.
He was
3.
District 3. District 3.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also on the Republican side. Some of these are on both sides, by the way. Denise Diamond, Lynn, Mary Hatcher, Sandy Coates, and Bo Samargia. Those are all for the circuit judge, and I believe that's everybody, right?
I think so.
No, I guess not. That's just the Republican side here. School board member District 3, Bobby James, Jane Murley, Jim Touchton, and Ed Wilson. Those are the 4 in that category. Mm-hmm. The 4 candidates in the District 4 for school board are Chase Basinger, Jamie Bevan, Angie Boynton, and Diane Schreier. Mm-hmm. And Ron Crawford and Kelly King facing each other in District 5.
Yep, and we've had Angie and Diane, and Jane is coming in tomorrow, I believe.
Okay. And let's see. The circuit judges group is in all 3, whether Republican, Democrat, or nonpartisan. Mm-hmm. If you're a Democrat, you're choosing between Charlie Crist and Nan Rich. Again, wouldn't that be amazing if Nan Rich won the nomination?
Oh, yeah.
On his side. For Attorney General, if you're a Democrat, you're voting between George Sheldon and Perry E. Thurston. Mm-hmm. And then the school board choices are the same as the Republicans. And nonpartisan, let's see, you get to vote for the judges and the school board members, and that's it. In the primary coming up on the 26th.
Right.
All right. We'll take a little break. Thank you. Joe Reckel is coming up next. He is, of course, one of the owners of Damage Control Services. He'll be answering your questions about how that do-it-yourself home repair project might be a little bit easier and a lot easier if you just hire a professional.
Yep, like Joe.
So we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Attorney General Eric Holder plans to travel to Ferguson, Missouri tomorrow, where more peaceful